Why I Love Yiddish Fest 22. Go to yiddishfest.org for more information. 6 days, 10 events in Miami Beach, Boca Raton, and Coral Springs from August 30th through September 4th. The South Florida extravaganza of Jewish culture featuring contemporary Jewish headliners. Don't miss our hit musical concert, Stars of David, in Boca Raton on August 30th and Miami Beach September 1st. See Jewish rapper Kosha Dills live on Miami Beach September 1st. Yid Live, the award-winning Yiddish comedy duo Yid Life Crisis in Miami Beach and Boca Raton on September 3rd and 4th. And Avi Hoffman, still Jewish after all these years, at the Coral Springs Center on September 4th. And so much more. You don't have to be Jewish to love Yiddish Fest. For tickets and more information, go to yiddishfest.org. Naches for the entire mishpucha.
Spirituality in a beautiful tradition. It's mission.
Everyone, and welcome to Jewsical, Broadway's Jewish composers from Sondheim to Schwartz. My name is Joshua Turchin, and I'm so honored to be here, and thank you so much to Why I Love Jewish for hosting this show. I've been working professionally as a performer, musician, and composer since I was 8 years old, when I played Randy in the Broadway national tour of A Christmas Story, the musical. But one of the things I was really looking forward to as I got older was my bar mitzvah. I had this whole plan of celebrating in the dueling piano bar in Disney World called Jelly Rolls, but then the pandemic happened and shut down everything. So I had a Zoom mitzvah. It was really strange having my entire ceremony with just a suit on top and pajama bottoms on, but as my family stressed, it was more about tradition. Day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right, as master of the house, to have the final word at home? The Papa, tradition, the Papa, tradition. Then my parents taught me about Bashers, which is like something that was meant to be. A little while after my Zoom mitzvah and after some auditions, I ended up booking a role on the hit Amazon series, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And guess who I got to play? Akiva Bergman, the bar mitzvah boy. Yep, I got to have another on-screen bar mitzvah in an actual temple with an actual rabbi with the entire full cast and crew of the show. And of course, we had to Photoshop my family into some of the group photos, but I got to celebrate becoming a bar mitzvah once again. At 3, I started Hebrew school. At 10, I learned to trade. I hear they picked a bride for me. I hope she's pretty. The sons, tradition. The sons, tradition! And I am so excited to take you on a journey as we discover the history behind some of Broadway's greatest Jewish composers. This song was written by Jerry Bach and Sheldon Harnick, two Jewish Broadway composers who've written some of the most iconic shows ever, including Fiddler on the Roof, Fiorello, and She Loves Me. Now, this show is commonly described as one of the most cherished Broadway musicals due to its portrayal of the Jewish community as it was in 1905. Many of its songs, including If I Were a Rich Man, Matchmaker, and Sunrise, Sunset, and Tradition, have grown to become Broadway classics loved by millions to this day. The tradition of Broadway composers who were Jewish most likely started from Kurt Weill. Kurt Weill composed in Germany, performed in Germany, lived in Germany, and escaped Germany. He was the only American Broadway Jewish composer to experience the horrors of Nazi Germany firsthand. America offered freedom to composers who were Jewish, giving him an American citizenship. Remember this? It may sound like another musical, Cabaret, which also took place in Nazi Germany. However, this chord progression originated with Kurt Weill in his world-famous opera, The Three-Penny Opera. It is commonly described as one of the best operas of all time. This song is from the opera, called Mac the Knife. Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has McKeith, dear, and he keeps it out of sight. When the shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, wears McKeith, dear, so there's not a trace of red. Louis Miller disappeared, dear, after drawing out his cash. And McKeith spends like a sailor. Did our boy do something rash? Suki Tawdry, Jenny Diver, Polly Peachum, Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right, dear, now that Mackie's back in town. Oh, the line forms on the right, dear, now that Mackie's back in town. Continuing the tradition of Broadway Jewish composers, George and Ira Gershwin are known as two of the most influential composers of their era. Some of their most famous musicals, which they wrote together, with George as the composer and Ira as the lyricist, include An American in Paris, Nice Work If You Can Get It, Porgy and Bess, Crazy for You, and Of Thee I Sing. Of Thee I Sing was actually the first musical ever to win the Pulitzer Prize, a feat which only 10 musicals have been able to achieve to this day. This writer and composer duo wrote one of my personal favorite songs, I Got Rhythm, and it was featured in many of their musicals. This is I Got Rhythm. Days can be sunny with never a sigh. Don't need what money can buy. Birds in the trees sing their day full of song. Why shouldn't we sing along? I'm chipper all the day, happy with my lot. How do I get that way? Look at what I've got. I got rhythm, I got music, I got my gal who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures, I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, I don't mind him, you won't find him round my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my gal who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, I don't mind him. You won't find him round my front or back door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my gal who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more. I love music, and I love piano. The way the piano was used to evoke different emotions from an audience using different styles and keys, it's simply a remarkable instrument. However, one famous composer didn't have the luxury of being able to use various keys when writing. Irving Berlin, the writer of White Christmas, Annie Get Your Gun, Call Me Madam, and Holiday Inn, was only able to write in the key of F sharp. It is one of the most random keys to play in, so I don't know why he would use that specific key to write in. He would use a transposable piano made for him specifically to transpose his music into different keys. The wonders of a piano. But what if he didn't use the piano? What if his favorite instrument was the ukulele? I love a ukulele, I love a ukulele, I love to hear somebody play upon a ukulele, a grand ukulele. Yeah. Well, thankfully, he wrote his songs on the piano, and speaking of loving a piano, this is one of my favorite songs he wrote featuring in White Christmas. This is I Love a Piano. As a child, I went wild when a band played. How I ran to the man when his hand swayed. Clarinets were my pets, and a slide trombone I thought was simply divine. But today when they play I could hiss them. Every bar is a jar to my system. But there's one musical instrument that I call mine. I love a piano, I love a piano, I love to hear somebody play upon a piano, a grand piano, it simply carries me away. I know a fine way to treat a Steinway. I love to run my fingers over the keys, the ivories, and with the pedal. I love to meddle, not only music from Broadway. I'm so delighted if I'm invited to hear a long-haired genius play. So you can keep your fiddle and your bow, give me a piano. I love to stop right beside an upright or a high tone baby grand. So you can keep your fiddle and your bow, give me a piano. I love to stop right beside an upright or a high toned baby grand. Moving through time, Leonard Bernstein could be called one of the most classical of the composers, as he wrote mostly for classical music. Commonly, he would write for masses and symphonies. However, he is most famous for his Broadway work. Some of his most famous musicals include On the Town, an adaptation of Peter Pan, West Side Story, and more. He helped make music more accessible for younger kids by doing young people's concerts. They were televised to people's homes, introducing an entire generation to classical music. This is a song written by Leonard for his musical On the Town. Here is I'm So Lucky to Be Me. I used to think it might be fun to be anyone else but me. I thought that it would be a pleasant surprise to wake up as a couple of other guys. But now that I've found you, I've changed my point of view. I used to think it might be fun to be anyone else but me. I thought that it would be a pleasant surprise to wake up as a couple of other guys. But now that I've found you, I've changed my point of view. And now I wouldn't give a dime to be anyone else but me. What a day. Fortune smiled and came my way, bringing love I never thought I'd see. I'm so lucky to be me. What a night, suddenly you came in sight, looking just the way I'd hoped you'd be. I'm so lucky to be me. I am simply thunderstruck at this change in my luck. Knew at once I wanted you, never dreamed you'd want me to. I'm so proud you chose me from all the crowd. There's no other guy I'd rather be. I could laugh out loud. I'm so lucky to be me. I am simply thunderstruck at this change in my luck. Knew at once I wanted you, never dreamed you'd want me to. I'm so proud you chose me from all the crowd. There's no other guy I'd rather be. I could laugh out loud. I'm so lucky to be me. Around the same time that Leonard Bernstein was composing, Lerner and Lowe were beginning their incredible collaboration with each other. This composer-lyricist duo wrote many musicals, including My Fair Lady, Brigadoon, and Camelot. They first met at the Lambs Club in New York City when Lowe accidentally took a wrong turn on his way to go use the bathroom. They started writing the next day. I find it so inspiring how throughout the years, they still stayed together and continue to write more music. This is a song from their musical My Fair Lady called On the Street Where You Live. I have often walked down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling, just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that at any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare they don't bother me. For there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live. The towering feeling just to know somehow you are near. The overpowering feeling that at any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and stare, they don't bother me. There's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live. Moving on to another duo, Rodgers and Hammerstein, two of the most iconic Broadway writers in the history of musical theater, initially got their start at Columbia University. They first collaborated on a varsity show. This dynamic duo got their start on the hit Broadway musical Oklahoma. Their musicals starting from there, including Carousel, South Pacific, The King and I, The Sound of Music, and Cinderella, have become Broadway classics enjoyed by thousands to this day. The pair's countless musicals have enjoyed various adaptations into movies, television shows, and more. This is one of my favorite songs from their Broadway adaptation of Cinderella. Here is 10 Minutes Ago. 10 minutes ago, I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling, you gave me the feeling the room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago, I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel, with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. I have found her, she's an angel, with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. You can definitely hear some of the influences of older composers in their work, but imagine if Rodgers and Hammerstein were born after, I don't know, let's say, Lin-Manuel. Doe, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. Or actually, maybe Stephen Schwartz. Oh. Oklahoma. Soon after Rodgers and Hammerstein hit the Broadway scene, another person carried the tradition of Jewish Broadway composers, Stein, who wrote some of the most iconic scores and songs to musicals in the mid-1900s, including songs from Peter Pan, Gypsy, Funny Girl, Bells Are Ringing, Do-Re-Mi, and many more. During his life, he wrote over 1,500 published songs, and many were sung by Broadway and television legends, including Carol Channing, Ethel Merman, Barbra Streisand, and many more. While both Leonard Bernstein and Jule Stein wrote musical adaptations of Peter Pan, Julie's included one of the more iconic songs, Never Never Land. This is Never Never Land. I know a place where dreams are born and time is never planned. It's not on any chart, you must find it with your heart. Never, never land. It might be miles beyond the moon, or right there where you stand. Just have an open mind, and then suddenly you'll find Never, never land. You'll have a treasure if you stay there, more precious far than gold. For once you have found your way there, you can never, never grow old. So come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned. Just think of lovely things and your heart will fly on wings forever in Never, Never Land. Have a treasure if you stay there, more precious far than gold. For once you have found your way there, you can never, never grow old. So come with me where dreams are born and time is never planned. Just think of lovely things and your heart will fly on wings forever in Never, Never Land. Many composers of this era were looking for writing simple and hummable show tunes. No composer was more dedicated to that practice than Jerry Herman. Herman was a dedicated theater fanatic, commonly being taken to see musicals by his parents growing up. He has made quite the impact with his musicals, with his song Hello Dolly knocking the Beatles from their #1 spot on the billboards. His musical of the same name ran for over 2,800 performances, the longest running musical of its era. It won over 10 Tony Awards for the original run in 1964, only to be overtaken by the producers about 40 years later. Some of Jerry Herman's most famous musicals include Hello Dolly and Mame. This is a song from Hello Dolly, which I find absolutely beautiful. This is It Only Takes a Moment. It only takes a moment for your eyes to meet, and then your heart knows in a moment you will never be alone again. I held her for an instant, but my arms felt sure and strong. It only takes a moment to be loved a whole life long. And that is all that love's about, and will recall when time runs out, that it only took a moment to be loved a whole life long. It only takes a moment for your eyes to meet, and then your heart knows in that moment you will never be alone again. I held her for an instant, but my arms felt sure and strong. It only takes a moment to be loved a whole life long, and that is all that love's about, and will recall when time runs out, that it only took a moment to be loved a whole life long. With that in mind, I want to take a moment to thank Why I Love Jewish and all that they do to support our traditions and art. And I want to thank you all watching, so please give yourselves a round of applause. I can't hear you. No, literally, I cannot hear you. I am in a very small room by myself with a camera and a keyboard and cannot hear anything, which for some people might have actually been inspirational, like Stephen Sondheim, who would often write laying down in a room by himself, usually with a cocktail, which I am not allowed to have because I'm 15 years old. But Sondheim is one of my most inspiring composer idols, from his intonation to musicality. Some of his most iconic works include Saturday Night, the lyrics for West Side Story, and Gypsy, Company, Sweeney Todd, Assassins, Into the Woods, and so many more, like Sunday in the Park with George, Merrily We Roll Along. And from his newest revival of Company, this is one of my favorite songs he wrote. This is Being Alive. Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive. Being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused. Mock me with praise. Let me be used. Vary my days, but alone is alone, not alive. give. Somebody crowd me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody make me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Being alive. Being alive. Being alive. Another iconic and Jewish composer named Steven is Stephen Schwartz. Born to a Jewish family in New York City, Schwartz grew up surrounded by Broadway. He attended Carnegie Mellon University, where he composed and directed an early draft of his musical, Pippin. He would commonly collaborate with other composers on his music, including Alan Menken, who we'll get to soon. Some of Stephen's most famous works include Godspell, Pippin, Rags, Children of Eden, The Prince of Egypt, and Wicked. This song from his hit musical Pippin is probably one of my favorite all-time musical theater songs to sing. This is Corner of the Sky. Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I have got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams, every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have their lightning, nightingales have their song. Don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many men seem destined to sell for something small, but I won't rest until I know I'll have it all. So don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I am gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I have got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. What do you call a Jewish plant shop in a solar eclipse? Little Shop of Horrors. No. Well, ironically, it is one of Alan Menken's best-known works. Alan Menken is one of my biggest inspirations for writing. I grew up listening to so much of his music, and he's written almost every famous Disney musical song from the last 50 years, including Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Aladdin, and Newsies, and so many more. And he's not only written music for Disney films, though. Musicals such as Little Shop of Horrors and A Bronx Tale have also received commercial success. This song from Little Shop of Horrors is so much fun to sing, and I hope you all enjoy it. I've given you sunshine, I've given you dirt. You've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly, I'm down on my knees. Oh, please. please grow for me. I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash, you've given me zip. Oh God, how I missed you. Oh Pod, how you tease. Oh please, grow for me. I've given you southern exposure to get you to thrive. I've pinched you back hard like I'm supposed to. You're barely alive. I've tried you at levels of moisture from desert to mud. I've given you grow lights and mineral supplements. What do you want from me, blood? I've given you sunlight. I've given you rain. Looks like you're not happy, lest I open a vein. I'll give you a few drops, if that'll appease. Now please, oh please, grow for me. What if Alan Menken was born before Sondheim, and Sondheim actually took a little inspiration from Alan Menken? Welcome everybody, look, I don't know what you're waiting for. A wedding, what's a wedding? It's a prehistoric ritual where everybody promises fidelity forever, which is maybe the most horrifying word I've ever heard of. Of course, I think most composers nowadays will get some inspiration from Sondheim, like William Finn, another more recent Jewish Broadway composer. His style is very similar to Sondheim's, featuring a lot of atonal material. However, he does have a distinctly more pop feeling to his music. Some of his more famous musicals include Falsettos, Spelling Bee, and A New Brain. Now, A New Brain was actually a semi-autobiographical musical based on his experience with AVM. This is one of my favorite songs he wrote for the show, called I'd Rather Be Sailing. I'd rather be sailing, yes, I would, on an open sea. I'd stand at the railing if I could, feeling wild and free. The sun is on my neck, the wind is on my face. The water's incredibly blue, and I'd rather be sailing, yes, I'd wanna go sail and then come home to you. Friends are good, but I'd rather be sailing. Food is nice, but I'd rather be sailing. People are swell, but I'd rather be sailing over the horizon. And I'd rather be sailing, yes, I would, on an open sea. I'd stand there inhaling if I could, feeling wild and free. The sun is on my neck, the wind is on my face. The sea is incredibly blue, and I'd rather be sailing, yes, I'd wanna go sail and then come home to you. I'd rather be sailing, yes, I'd wanna go sail and then come home to you. It's finally time to close out the show. Thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you all enjoyed watching Jewsical. For more information about my music, you can follow me on all major social media platforms at Joshua Turchin. It's been such an honor to have been asked by Why I Love Jewish to perform this concert for you all. And before we finish, though, I have one more song for you all, and it's from a really amazing up-and-coming Jewish composer who I'm sure you'll all love. Me! This song is called Does It Make You Feel Better, and I hope you all enjoy. Why do you hate me? Why do you tease me? Why can't you see me for who I am? What is it about me that you somehow feel the need to break me down, make me doubt myself? Who does that help? Does it make you feel better knowing that someone else feels so bad? That's so sad. I think it must be exhausting carrying all that hate inside. Can you tell me why when you make somebody cry? Does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel better? There was a time when I thought we could be friends, but that's just me. I can be so naive. You played your games and the joke is on me. Does it make you feel better knowing that someone else feels so bad? That's so sad. I think it must be exhausting carrying all that hate inside. Can you tell me why when you make somebody cry? Does it make you feel like a big shot, like a winner, telling lies in little whispers? Somebody must have really hurt you a long time ago. 'Cause I wanna know, does it make you feel better knowing that someone else feels so bad? That's so sad. Oh, I think it must be exhausting carrying all that hate inside. Can you tell me why when you make somebody cry? Does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel better?
Why I Love Yiddish Fest 22 is a South Florida extravaganza of Jewish culture. 6 days, 10 events in Miami Beach, Boca Raton, and Coral Springs from August 30th through September 4th, featuring contemporary Jewish headliners, the hit musical concert Stars of David, Jewish rapper Kosha Dills, the award-winning Yiddish comedy duo Yid Life Crisis, and Avi Hoffman, still Jewish after all these years. You don't have to be Jewish to have nachas with the entire mishpucha. Go to yiddishfest.org for more information. yiddishfest.org